Hey guys, welcome back to the CN Silver Creek sub. This is CTC update number 1. Not a lot happening. We got the mock-up roughed in here. This is a condensed version of Silver Creek East, which has the crossovers that go into the siding and then back to the branch line down to the pier. And then this is Silver Creek West. So this is heading into the siding and then off the siding into the yard. We decided to go to code 83 Walthers, the new stuff, because they offer a number 10 turnout. So the track closest to us, to the far right, we continue on down the helix to Perth or staging. The track above it, come back here, camera. Yes, the track above it. There's a switch right there that goes left into Silver Creek Yard. Or if you kept on going right, it would take you up to the branch line. So that's the junction at Silver Creek East between the main and the branch line, the south and north track. So as we continue here, these two blocks here, the track on the north or the top, that little block there, that's the siding, and that's where the switch comes off the siding to Silver Creek Yard. And to the south is the main. And again, these blocks are only big enough to hold one piece of equipment just for the purpose of block detection and signaling. And this is Silver Creek West. And the tower's just there because signals are coming and it was fun to put it in. Now underneath this guy here is the east end of FS Partners, the potash switch. So this switch is a hand throw, but it has a blue point switch machine on it for the purpose of being able to relay back the position of the switch to JMRI through the NC system. And we will talk about the importance of that later. For now, let's go talk about tortoises, because this video series is all about trying to tell you guys things I didn't know about. So the rods on a tortoise suck. So we got these .047 music wire pieces from K&S, and these are almost double the thickness of the little rods that come on a tortoise machine. If you've never seen a tortoise machine before, it just simply mounts on with 4 screws underneath the switch, goes up through a hole in the wood, and into the center hole or pin in the actual switch rod, I guess you call it, that makes the switch go back and forth. So the ones that came on the Blue Point here were about halfway in between the stock tortoise rods and the ones we bought. So for the Blue Point, because it's a little more firm, I think, and it has an on-off position, it worked okay, the one that came with it, I believe anyway. But for these guys here, these number 10 Walthers, we needed something with more power. So we weren't sure, but these definitely worked. I can't even, as you can tell, I can barely even push it over. You'll break the point off of the actual switch before you move the switch over. Yeah, they're like rock solid. So this is very important for me because I like to run big trains prototypically and shove big trains prototypically. So tight switch points were a must. And as you can tell, as I was playing with that down there too, like it's firm. It's not flimsy, it's not giving, there isn't play. Like it's really, really tight, but it's not like too tight that there's too much pressure on the switch itself that's going to put it out of gauge or move it over. But this was just kind of a whim. We didn't read it anywhere. It just made sense, and it worked out really, really good. So I don't know if you can see here, but that's the switch rod I'm talking about, the piece of metal that goes straight up into the switch. There's the one on the Blue Point. It's about halfway in between. And I was going to show you the one that came with the tortoise, but I lost it. And it was really, really tiny. So the track's in. We use the foam road bed from Woodland Scenics. We have the Rapido foam at the club, but to ensure the switch rods were cut to the correct length, or if not, a little bit extra, we used a little bit bigger. So that's all for that part. The wiring part, I'm going to just... you can see that those are BD20s, an NC product, and they are the block detection units. So every block, and a block is a section of track that you want to show either is clear or occupied. But all those feeders channel into one wire. That wire goes around that coil, you see the loop, and then continues back onto your bus line. And we'll talk about that later when we get to that point of wiring them themselves up and getting them to show occupancies. So that's all for this one, guys. I'll keep you updated as we go. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions or anything like that, please feel free to comment or let me know. And that's all for this one. Cheers and happy modeling.